We love hip hop.
There's a couple, or maybe one last thing we'll do here. The Pearson heist.
I love this. This is Toronto. And they got to make a Netflix show about this. I'm trying to see how they did it. And I knew it was an inside job.
They gotta do a Money Heist Toronto.
The one black guy.
Money Heist Toronto.
So what, y'all know a little bit more about that? Because I seen a blurb of it on CP24 and I was like, I got to bring this to the podcast.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. It's actually interesting because at this time I was about to work for the airport. I got hired and everything from Pearson.
Good.
But I was like, yo, it's far from my crib. I want to focus on DJing more, whatever. So then boom, I'm talking to my boys who have worked at the airport before. When this happened, they're like, this is definitely inside job. And I believe that the Brinks truck driver must have been in on it. Like they knew there was some kind of shipment.
Right.
But apparently these guys all came up off it and they were able to eat off it for like, I guess.
A year.
Was it a year?
It said a year.
Yeah, April 2023 is when it went down.
Yeah. They should have left. Like, I feel like in that situation, should you just leave the
sticking
country?
around?
Like, why are you in Brampton?
Why are you still here? Cut, bro. You got
They're
24 million.
They're still going to work at the airport.
Nothing
happened.
You gotta make
really?
They didn't all quit after that, did they? Maybe they started getting investigated.
I don't know, man. From
in the airport, they know what you're doing because their security system is really.
Yeah.
Well, it took a year to find out.
Yeah, but they had the RCMP. Like they got to investigate.
Yeah.
They actually probably set it up again, and someone did it again. Right? They like set you up in the airport.
They got a fake security clearance for like a shipment of like fish or vegetables or something. And then it was an authorized like Air Canada thing.
Right.
So like you have to be like a special person to even have that ability to like give this paper. And then they checked it lightly, boom, boom. It's pretty intense.
Are they making a movie out of this? Because it even says, and who will play whom in the adaptation?
It's like an Ocean 11 type. It says here. It says exactly 1 year later. This is an article courtesy of City News TV or citynews.com. It says exactly 1 year later, through a police announced arrest, including 2 Air Canada employees, making it clear to believe that it was partly an inside job. Andy Blasey Blah is the reporter of Toronto Star who's been covering this case. It's like an Ocean's 11 heist, right? They show up, they act like they're supposed to be there. They drive off with 24 million estimated value in gold and cash. So how did the crooks pull off this initial caper? How did the cops catch them? What happened with the gold? And who's in play? Who's going to play the adaptation? I eat that thing, man.
And they were melting the gold and selling like $80,000 bracelets.
Wow.
They have a machine apparently that can melt gold and form it into different
This
shapes.
had to have been a planned like for like a year and then like practiced.
And you probably have a jeweler. You probably have someone who like knows what they're doing with gold because like
they know where all the cameras are at Pearson. They know like where the blind spots are. Like they had to have done a little tester run with something to see if it'll work.
They still got booked.
Let me run this quick little clip here and see what they're saying.
There were no guns used. There was no violence. Police say this was a carefully orchestrated gold heist that included 2 Air Canada employees. One has been arrested and charged. The other was actually helping police at one point until he disappeared.
This story is a sensational one, and one which probably we jokingly say belongs in a Netflix series.
It's the $20 million gold theft caper at Toronto's Pearson Airport exactly 1 year ago. Police announced the results of Project 24 Carat. 6 arrests, including an Air Canada employee, alleging this was partly an inside job.
Taking advantage. One black guy. It had to be the one black guy got through.
Of opportunities that were afforded by people by virtue of their employment. I certainly wouldn't say.
I got away with it if it wasn't for these
pesky kids. If I just went to Jamaica, when my brethren were saying, let's go.
Yeah.
Start a new life.
Very easy.
One of the Air Canada employees charged is 54-year-old Harmpal Sidhu, an airline insider. The gold and $2.5 million in currency stolen after it arrived on an Air Canada flight from Switzerland. According to police, the gold was stored at a warehouse at 3:56 p.m. The thieves showed up and were able to take the gold at 6:32 p.m. The armored car company Brinks showed up at 9:30 p.m. to pick it up, but it was already gone. Took Air Canada and Brinks more than 5 hours to call police and report the heist at 2:43 a.m. the next day.
6,600 gold bars weighing over 400 kilograms.
Thieves allegedly presented this day-old weigh bill for seafood and were given the gold. This video shows it being loaded on a truck. Police have issued Canada-wide warrants for 3 men, including a now former Air Canada employee, Simrat Preet Panesar, who disappeared after showing police around after the heist.
Wow. So
Wow.
it's the one, the guy who steals something from your house and then he helps you look for it.
You look for it?
They were just here, officer.
So, officer, they must have
Wow.
come from here, officer. And after that, we don't know. I don't know why I gave him an
No.
accent, but,
That's the realest way they would do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how Pudgy would do it.
Yeah, but,
That's crazy.
and then they might have ran through here, maybe through
Take a left over
back
there.
exit, but normally people come through here.
You know what it probably was too? He's like, oh my God, I'm there with them right now. Okay. Give them a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
And now when they let me go and I'm away from them,
You're like in your heart, you're like, they're here for me
You
right
least expect
Back
the
to
person
Punjab.
that's there still
Yeah.
at the crime.
he might have been trying to get out of there and they're like, hey, you, can I ask you some questions? He's like, okay, let me help you. Okay, you done? We're good? We got enough information from me? Okay, guys, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I quit.
The coast is clear.
Don't worry about my severance. I'm gone.
Because they might have had him hemmed up like, okay, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you, but
No, they're investigating him already.
yeah.
So they come and stand beside you now and be like, hey.
But why aren't you leaving the country? Why is your first instinct not to leave the country?
Because Air
when you-
Canada will know where you are. Even if you go somewhere, if you get a ticket. Everyone, there's documents. So even if you go, they're going to know you're in anywhere you are.
But then it's still gonna take a while for them to
Catch
like
me if you can. RCMP will catch
extradite
you.
or like.
You're still going to use your phone. You're going to make enough money. You're going to have all this money. You're going to want a ball. You're gonna,
I don't know, man. They could have got away, but like it looks strange if you quit after the gold heist happened at your job, bro.
Yeah, that is super
Like-
scary.
A gold heist happened yesterday and like today I quit.
That's confessing guilt. That's really confessing guilt.
You just disappear. You don't even quit. You just don't come back to
I
work.
think I would take the chance and just not come back.
That's great.
Nah.
What would you say?
Is there any witnesses?
What would you
I don't
say if you
know.
got that call? Like if your employee called you and you had like they just quit on the phone. What would your reaction be?
I just be like, all right, have a nice day. Like, have a nice life.
You wouldn't think
Good luck
twice
with
of
everything
it?
else you do.
Your
What
friend.
do
at
you
that
mean?
point-
Like if it was a gold heist and then somebody just quits?
and your employee calls you,
Fam,
and
you're
say, Yo,
a
I'm not
witness
coming in today.
right away, bro. Why aren't you coming in, fam?
You know what that's like? That's like me robbing all of Friday's equipment and then never coming to co-host again.
Yeah, like
Like
you're not even gonna come and be like, "Yo, what happened to the equipment?" Like,
I
you just-
unfollow you. I
just-
block you.
Because there's a man
everything.
like me that'd be like, I think this guy took it.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of obvious.
Why would he
is he
quit?
here? Boom, I just lock the door and be like, all right.
Like we never see him again. Like yeah, I think it's kind of obvious, right? You gotta stay. You gotta
Some
act like you
grimy
still need the job because like you don't need the job anymore. You got your $24 million up, or at least your cut.
How long do you wait until you quit? Until
You
it's
got to
like
wait out a year,
a
in my
year, eh?
opinion.
So,
No, I would have got a new job.
but that's how long it took for them to catch
Exactly.
them.
I would've
so
got a new
you think they
job.
still had they were working there for the whole year?
I think maybe they were trying to play it cool
Bro.
and they were gonna get their escape route, and before they got a chance to get out, they got us. Because okay, maybe even give it 6 months, but you can't leave in a week, fam.
No.
There's probably ongoing investigation for every single Air Canada staff as soon as that
Yes.
happens. So like
Oh,
they're
especially
already
the ones
watching
in that
you.
time.
Fam,
They
they're
were working.
probably bare boyed out at the bare
boy
police
them
at the airport
there.
all the time now, more than usual.
Getting random
Yeah.
questions.
You know what I'm saying? Investigators going around to each place. Like
No.
now you just disappear. You don't come to work because I'm sick.
Yeah.
Like what?
But that's
No,
a
high
paid, and
pressure.
when you work at the airport, that's a paid day.
What?
Yeah.
That's a paid day. So you
Here,
can kind of do it, and it wasn't look crazy.
Okay.
You could be sick.
But you're sick now, and then you just don't come back.
Yeah, but they have honestly, they could have got away with this because Air Canada is a revolving door. Okay, it's hard to
Mm.
get in it, but everyone who's in the airport, they get shifted around. Like you can go to another company and work in there, so it's a revolving door.
Mm.
So they see you don't even, it's not like a real workplace in there. It's like you're standing around. Like no one even notices you. Like you have a card and you can swipe through doors. You just
Yeah.
keep swiping. They probably had to step that part up. You know what I mean? Like now it's probably face recognition.
Yeah,
You know?
It's $24 million in gold, and it's all on like one of those shipment rack things. You tell me they don't have a camera on that and they couldn't see like
They blocked that.
They showed the thing getting pulled out.
exactly. So why they could easily the cops could have easily just been like who was working during those those few hours. Okay, boom. I need all those people in right now, and then they would have been caught right away.
No, the story would have been straight. They got to still investigate them.
Remember,
prove
there was somebody there. They used a bill from an old fish order or something like that. They said,
You got a 30.
and then they're like, "All right, cool, take it." So the people that were there, they probably got investigated. Like, so what did you see on the thing? They probably said, "I thought that I saw an official order." And
No, they're like, I thought it was fish in there. It said fish. Someone gave me a sheet that said this is fish, so I signed off on it.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
boom,
sorry.
you're not liable anymore.
Right? They probably had those guys under mad pressure because you're right there on the dock, like giving the shit away. But like after they cleared all of their questions and probably a week of investigation and coming back in for questioning, okay, we believe you. It wasn't your fault. Now who else in here? Whose fault is it? Like we got to keep moving around and find out who did it until we found the two guys.
Signed it obviously knew that gold was coming in though.
Yeah, it probably said shipment for TD or something. They're like, oh, this is their yearly gold or whatever. Like you have to have some kind of knowledge.
No, I'm saying even if they did a fish receipt, right? The person who signed off on it had to know that that was the receipt to make it look like the fish.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know. I get it, but it's really like the way I see it is like they must have been the ones who like they had to get fired too. I don't think like that protected your job.
Suspended at least.
Yeah, like 24 million, and you mess that up for a company. You don't think like
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to. Yeah, like
you're liable. Like, bro, there's 25 million. I want you standing here staring at it all night.
Yeah.
Your job,
No, but
you cost us $24 million today, bud.
Yeah, that's coming out your
Yeah.
You're
paycheck. but-
fired. I don't care.
You're fired.
The
bro.
company
never
who
work
was
this
trying to
off.
get that shipped, they don't want. They've cut their contract with us.
No,
But that's going to happen, right? Like
Well,
you
it's
lost us
insured.
24 million at your
that's
airport.
Insured. That's
But
insured.
I'm going to use another airport or another airline.
I don't trust you anymore.
I don't trust this
I didn't know
airline.
I could lose my freaking gold in your airport.
Yeah, I'm going to
Going
send
on,
my
Pearson?
contract to another freaking airline. Let them handle it now.
Yeah, and they can't they sue like a company? Can't you sue the employee for making that mistake, or you as a company are liable for allowing them to make that
Well,
mistake?
I've made mistakes in the past, right? When I did like telemarketing or not telemarketing, I worked for an answering service where a bunch of different companies call the one office, and we're all different companies, like just based on the prompts. Okay,
Yeah.
And there was two times that I messed up, but the biggest time that I messed up and they lost the account, it was like this stem cell pickup type of thing, or what is it? Umbilical cord pickup. Okay. So once the baby's born, they put the umbilical cord in like a specialized like temperature box and stuff like that, courtesy of that company. I forgot the name of the company, and actually I won't even say it. And then a courier comes and picks it up.
Wow.
Right. The family calls us over at the answering service on behalf of that company and says, "Can you send a courier to come pick up the umbilical cord? That, the baby's been born." I sent the courier to the wrong hospital.
Yikes.
And it's time sensitive, right?
Oh, because the box is
It's a temperature set box and stuff like that. It's an umbilical cord. You know what I mean? You need to pick it up.
before you did this.
I don't know. I was on parole, so I
how
wasn't
bad
gonna.
is it if they get the wrong one?
Well,
That's
if
crazy.
you can't go get born
Sounds
again.
like a life or death kind of thing.
You only get one chance, right?
Yeah.
Right? So here's what I did.
No.
I messed up. I got the right driver to go to the right place, but the other driver that I originally called, I told him, "Can you not tell my company that I messed up?" This motherfucker went and told him right away as soon as like the day started, because I was working overnight. As soon as the next day started and everybody was in, they called me in the office. "Hey, yeah, the driver told us what you told him not to do. Everything, fam. We lost the account because of that whole mix-up." It was rough, fam. So I didn't get sued. I actually didn't get fired. I got suspended, but I didn't get fired. But I didn't get sued. But I didn't lose $24 million.
24
though.
million. Yeah, 24 million is a different number. That's like different ballpark.
Yeah. You lose 24 million. Somebody
Give
might
me a
want
house. Give me your house. Or
Let me
give
hold something, bro.
I don't
Like,
care
I need
how
some
rich
collateral,
you are.
bro.
Like 24 million, that's gonna piss you off, even if you're the biggest billionaire. Especially if you're a billionaire, probably.
That's a
Yeah.
big hit.
Big L, bro. And
So-
I wonder what these guys did with the money.
They could have easily caught who it was by just throwing that legal problem, or legal threat like that, and then boom, they would have chickened out.
Listen, fam, they got through, but they didn't get all the way through, man. You know what I'm saying? They probably split up the money. They started spending it. Everything's all good. And then a year later, bang.
So, but I think we were talking about this yesterday. You think they'll be, if they get convicted, will they just go to like a club fed?
Not necessarily. It depends on what some of these guys' priors are. If they have any violent priors, they'll probably end up like in a medium security. You know what I'm
The guy who
saying?
was working for Air Canada already looked like he had.
Yeah, he looks kind of rough still. that
first guy looks
That's
like
not his first mugshot.
But he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's been planning it for years.
I don't know who to salute here to
That
end
was
this
the
year.
leader.
Honestly, I
You-
salute the
Salute
teeth
Air
them.
Canada.
I was just about to say it. I want to, but like,
I salute these thieves still. Like, even though they got caught, they're dumb ones. But
You gotta rate the ambition.
Yeah.
And they actually successfully pulled off a heist for
Yeah.
a year.
they just had a weak link in their link.
They're in history
Yeah.
as one of the biggest heists in Canadian history. Yeah, I guess I hope becomes a Netflix series, and they
real.
can maybe humanize it. Like some of them were Punjabi students just trying to make it out. They couldn't pay their rent, and then
Right.
someone came.
They gotta
to them with
make
a
it
plate.
relatable.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
one
Yeah.
black guy's like, yo,
They got to make it relatable. These
Yo,
are
what's the
regular
one,
people.
yo, describe the one black guy in the
he's
Netflix
smoking,
show.
he's smoking a blunt.
Okay.
They come up to him and be like, you want some money? He's like, shh.
Put me on.
He's having a problem with his baby mom's at home and everything. It's just perfect timing. You know what I mean?
The car don't work right now.
Yeah, everything is going wrong, bro. You got in there late that day too.
You want to make some money, Tyrone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Smoking a blunt outside under one of the plane wings. You know what I mean?
I got a good one for you, Tyrone.
And then he's like, "Wait, what do you mean we're robbing the gold?"
like,
G?
like
They-
no more stealing out of the luggage room, brother.
They need a whole. They need a
You're
whole
about to go
episode.
up.
They need a
You're
whole
telling me I can
episode
get
where
4
they.
mil?
They
Yeah.
need a whole episode where they do a whole montage of them planning the whole heist and like
Mm.
practicing it and shit. That would be sick.
Well,
Man,
listen, they
it's
said
such a
that
good
the Netflix, or who's gonna play what in the Netflix, right? If they're saying it in an article, somebody's already thought of it. Somebody's already putting the money forward to it. Like who the F did I get married to? They're already working on a movie for that, or actually, it's already out, I think, on Tubi. So
I'm down to play the guy who looks like he has priors already.
yo, you guys are. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down to be a part of this film.
Trust me. All right, let's get out of here, man.
We love hip hop.